Hey guys, welcome back. It's been quite a while since I've made a video, and I apologize for that. I did have some things going on at home, but anyhow, so first and foremost, I did promise some friends I was going to give them a shout out. So if you're listening, Panic and Lane Boy, and last but not least, Yasmin. Hey guys, shout out to you guys. And also Mr. B, shout out to you too. This ain't a cooking video, but you know, this is a nail tutorial, and we're gonna be doing the swirl / Halloween, and we're doing almond tips.
Jocelyn, if you're hearing me, shout out to you too, girl.
That I ordered recently on Amazon, or not Amazon, sorry, AliExpress. These were actually very affordable. I think I paid $2.25 for the whole box. So I'm gonna show you. It comes with the different sizes, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to be applying that on this side of my nail. So I always do my left hand first, because my dominant hand is the right hand, so I'm a bit slower when I work on my left to the right. So on purpose I do that, because if I'm slower, then I can show you kind of more carefully what I'm doing, and how to achieve this, or if you like this set here. What's lying underneath, and I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can get on the screen here. Nope. I guess it's paused. Oh, here we are. There we are. So underneath this, we have a French tip, which has actually a clear glitter on the very tips, and it's a French there at the bottom, sort of like a flesh colored. And then we have some layers going on there. We have some stamping, and then we also have some nail stickers, and then on top of that we have some hand painted drawing, which is the swirls. Now I did kind of peruse and look around different versions of swirls, and I kind of just went with my gut and just what felt right. So really that's all it is. If you don't feel that you're that artistic enough, then you can also just look around and try to copy, like, exactly what someone else had done. I just kind of did what felt right, what I thought looked good after seeing several other people's attempts at the nail swirl. So anyhow, I wanted to show you. So it's so important to do a good nail prep before you start. It's kind of the most important thing that you need to do. Okay, here we are back again. So I cured it for a minute, and now I'm gonna be putting placing that right on the okay, so I lightly tapped it in. Now I'm gonna cure it under the lamp for, I think I'm gonna put it in like 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are back again. So I've cured this for 3 minutes in the lamp, And gonna pop this off. And there we are. And it's almost nearly perfectly done. All I need to do now is file a little bit. Here I'm going to get the sides first. And that's it. That's all it really takes. And that's the beauty of using the nail forms, because it practically does everything for you. It's just very minimum filing that you need to do. Okay, there we are. Now, I unfortunately forgot to do this, but if you see the underneath, I don't know if you can see this, but I can feel a slight nudge on the inside of my finger, and I know you probably can't see it, but I can feel it's a little uncomfortable. So what I usually do to prevent this, I totally forgot this step and to show you guys, and therefore now I have to deal with this, but in order to prevent that from even happening in the first place, what I usually do is I grab a nail form, okay, and it really can be any nail form that you have on hand. It doesn't have to be a specific type, just any nail form. So we're going to do that on the next nail. So I'm going to choose to work on, okay, so this is what you do. You cut this middle piece open here. There's a perforation, and you open it, and then you're going to face this way so that the numbers are facing top. And you're going to slide your finger, and you want to get snug right inside that nail, right underneath it. Can be a little tricky to put on, so it might take you a little bit of practice to get it right, but basically what you want is a snug fit underneath the nail. Then you want to get the bottom half and squeeze it together. Then lastly, you want to see that thing that you opened there. You're going to fit it around your finger. And this will be different for everyone because everyone has different size fingers and, you know, slightly different shapes and whatnot, but the point is that it feels snug to you and you feel comfortable you want to have that form underneath the nail. Now what this is going to do is, depending on how much polygel, if you have like an abundance of, that it doesn't go seeping through to the other side, this will prevent that from happening. So now I'm going to measure my nail and see if it's another 5. That looks too big, so we're going to try a smaller. And with sizes, the higher the number, the smaller the nail. So we're going to try a 6. Okay. Looks like the 6 is gonna be good because the 5 is too big. So we're gonna use a 6. The middle one was a 5. So okay. So I'm gonna show you one more time how I'm putting this on, and then I'm gonna put the rest of them on, and I'll come back when I finish them. But I'm gonna show you one more time how I do this. Now remember, we've already prepped the nails and we've removed anything with alcohol. Now I'm gonna go in with the primer, the non-acid primer from Mia's Secret, okay, and adding that on. Okay, so you can blow on it, whatever. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with oh yes, my base coat here. By the way, if you hear the TV in the background, don't mind it. I just like to have some noise in the background because it's kind of weird if it's silent. I don't know. That's just my personal preference. But if you're interested, what I'm watching is a Netflix series, and it's called Into the Night. It's about a dystopian future, but it's quite interesting. They just released season 2 not that long ago, so I'll probably have to go back and rewatch it because I'm not paying full attention right now, but that's fine. Anyhow, I'm gonna be back when I finish curing this under the lamp. Just give me a sec. Okay, so I cured that base coat there for about 1.5 minutes just to be on the safe side. And I'm using my size 6 for that finger. And I'm going to show you one more time how I do this.
A single strand of hair is all it takes to be matched with the
I'm using a pink fleshy color for the bottom. And it's really just a tiny bit, especially because this nail is a lot smaller than the other one, so we have less room to work with. Okay. Okay, you see the tiniest amount there, okay? Now,
Isn't that what we all want?
okay. So here I have my alcohol dipped just a little bit, just so that I can move the product along. And just pushing and patting that down. And the rest is going to be with the Poly Diamond Gel, the Ocean Eyes color I told you about earlier. And really, you can use any colors. I just had a preference for clear tip, kind of glittery. And because on top of this, I'm going to be using a lot of design. Okay. So here we are. So I push the product down. And you can see that I'm going to place it right on top. And then I'm going to push it down just a little bit. There we are. Now this one has a little bit too much polygel, and that will happen sometimes. But all you need to do is wipe that down with some alcohol. Okay, wipe that excess off. A little bit more alcohol. Okay, I'm really just doing that. Oops. Okay, so I have this pushed down, and I'm going to stick it in the lamp. And I'll be right back when I'm done. Here we are, back again. We've cured this for 3 minutes. I'm going to remove the form here. Okay. And like I said, this just helps the bottom so that it doesn't get messy underneath. And then I'm going to pop this off. Okay. So now I just need to do a little bit of filing here. And like I said, sometimes it'll be more or less depending on how much gel. If you put too much gel, then this happens where it seeps on the sides. But it's an easy fix. You just need your file. I'm using the Nails Sunshine. These are my favorite ones, and the grid is this one's a 320 by 320. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm out of camera here, but I'm really just filing the sides. You can see that. There we are. A little out of focus. Okay. And you'll be able to see the perforations on the side, and you'll know where to stop. So hope I'm not too out of focus. All right. Okay, I hope you can see that. I've been filing the sides down. There we go. Sorry, I kind of get out of focus there. Okay. Trying to stay within your view here. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, once you feel like you're happy where that is, then you're gonna grab some alcohol just to wipe it down, all that dust. And then you'll see the difference of underneath the nail. You see how thin the one I did with the nail form underneath, and then without the nail form underneath. See how thick that is? It can be quite uncomfortable. So you can fix it by using an e-file, if you have one. Gonna just get underneath. But then, you know, what do you do if you don't have an e-file? Well, that's why I try to prevent that from happening in the first place by using the nail form. For those of you that don't have an e-file at home, but I really recommend having one if you're going to be doing your nails at home. Okay, so the other thing I like to test is the thickness of the nail. Sometimes I do like to go over a second time with another bit more of the gel, and then put that form on top again, and then do it again, because you want to make sure it's thick enough. But for now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and I showed you two nails that I worked on. I'm gonna go do the rest of them the same way I did these two, and I'll come back when I'm done with that, okay? And we'll continue on with design. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, and we are back to our video. So I did promise you guys I was gonna come back after I finished those up, which I did here. You can see how I finished those clear tips on. Now I only used the same method that I showed you guys previously, and I also went back in with my nail file, and for this I actually used my e-filer, and I went in and just, you know, cleaned up the edges here around the cuticle. That's the only part that I didn't show you. So but basically, if you didn't have an e-file, you could still do it with your regular file. It would just take you a bit longer to, you know, clean up your sides. So now that we have our canvas, I wanted to show you the fun part. The part we're really here is the design, right? So here we go. And remember, we're doing a combination of Halloween and Swirl Technique. And you can really do any kind of design you want. This is just, I felt like we're getting close to Halloween, and I love Halloween, so, you know, why not? Let's get a jump start. So, and I don't particularly like do the exact same design. I do variations and very similar to, but I like to be very like freehand artist with my design, so it's not like I'm gonna do an exact replica. I'm just gonna show you like the method and the kind of things I used, and I might, you know, do a little bit of variation on the other side, okay? But that's totally up to you. If you wanted to do the same exact on the other side, you could. This is just what I do. So for this method, I actually did some layering. There's a lot of layers here. I'm not sure if you can pick that up, but I do have a combination of stamping, a combination of freehand, and then I also have some stickers. And then to top it off on this one nail here, I have a little bit of foiling. So I have just a touch of rainbow, very clear, almost like aura type foil. Okay, so to begin this, you're gonna want to make sure that your hand that doesn't have oils or stuff like that. So, you know, you're gonna go in with some alcohol. I'm just using paper towels because that's my preference. It's lint free, and it's just gonna, you know, cover the whole area, and in just a second here you'll be done. So you just wipe the surface with alcohol. You want to make sure you don't have oils. It's gonna move stuff around, mess with your design, especially because starting off with the stamping part. Now for stamping, you can use any stamper. The one I'm using right now is going to be this square one. The important thing is that it has like a clear backing so that you can see the placement of your design, okay? And I had lost my black recently, so I went ahead and ordered another set of stamping gels because the one I had ordered previously did not work at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and try these out today and kind of do like a review for you guys as well. Just so you know, I'm not even getting sponsored for these. I'm just buying them out of my pocket, and just because I like to try stuff and I like to see how stuff works. That's just me, and I like to share my experience so that other people, you know, can benefit from that and not have to purchase something that maybe they didn't need, or wasn't exactly what they were looking for, or for whatever reason, because I love to see other people's reviews and I find it very helpful, and I just want to give back a little. So today, because I couldn't find, I did have a previous set of stamping gels that worked really good, but I lost my black, so I just decided to order a whole new set. And besides, it's also good to have like a backup. So we have white, yellow, blue, white, red, and last but not least, the funnest one of all in my opinion, purple. Okay. So I think for our intents and purposes, we're going to leave the purple and the black and the white. And then we'll put away the rest of these for later. Okay. So I want to start off with the, let's see, what are we going to use today? We got some skulls. I really was enjoying this Halloween stamping plate that I was using. Here we are. There it is. Okay. So this is the Halloween stamping plate I'm using. Honestly, I've had this for so long that I don't even remember where I got it from, but I most likely got it on AliExpress. There's just so many, so really you can just have fun with, looking up just stamping plates Halloween. There's so many different variations of Halloween stamps, but so you want to make sure that your stamping plate is clean. So I'm going to go ahead and the one I just used earlier that had alcohol, it's still clean, so I'm going to use that. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this some alcohol, 91%, make sure that it's clean, that there isn't any debris, and that it doesn't have any stickiness to it. We don't want it to affect our stamping. Okay. Now, I really want to use the, well, I kind of want to use the red again, but I want to see this purple because I was having a hard time with the previous purple that I had. So I want to try this purple. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. Let me get a tool here. I'm just going to go ahead and pick at it with this. Actually, I'm going to use this one. Okay. Alright, so now that I've opened that, I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit with my brush. Okay, so I have about this much. You only need a tiny little bit, okay? And then you're going to spread it onto the plate. I'm going to do, let's go for cat this time. I want to do purple cat. Let's do purple and then okay, so I've spread this onto my stamping plate and I've covered that whole cat up. Now I'm going to go in with a scraper. This is from another set I purchased. And just wipe it down, okay, so that you see that gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna wipe straight across, okay? So you can see that, okay? Alright. And now I'm ready to pick up my stamp. So you can see here. Press down and lift up. Okay, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to set it down and try to find where I was at. Make sure I try to pick all that up. And now I'm going to try to put it straight onto my nail. Now do it on the middle one. Okay, hopefully you can see that there. Okay. So I'm seeing through the thing and I'm seeing my placement right there. Oh, no, I did get it. There we are. And there it is, my cat, purple cat. Alright. Now to this I'm going to add, well first I'm going to cure this because I really like this cat and I don't want it messing up. So let's cure that for a minute. I'm going to stick that in the lamp for a minute. I'm going to move this aside because I might want to reuse that cat and the gel. Now I'm going to show you how I clean my my nail stamper in a sec. I got this. I want this to set. So okay, I'm going to come back when this is done. All right. Okay, I'm back now. I cured that a nail for 1 minute in the UV lamp, and I'm showing you how I clean. I have a lint remover, and I just stamp my lint remover, and that's how I clean my stamper. And this is the best way to preserve your stamper, because if you try to like wipe it with alcohol, that's just going to start deteriorating the material and your stamper won't last very long. It'll start getting gross and stuff. So if you want it to last as much as possible, use either tape or a lint roller. Oops. Okay. There we are. Okay, so I've wiped down my plate with alcohol so it's clean again, and I'm going to go in with the webbing and I'm going to do some black. Now that I have black, yay. Okay, so I'm going to close up this purple and going to go in with the black. And I'm going to open this bad boy up. Okay, I think that's enough that I can get in there. Okay. Now I'm going to dip this purple into the alcohol and wipe it down because I don't want the purple to mix with the black. And I'm going to start fresh with this black here. A little bit, remember, a little bit goes a long way. And then I'm gonna hit this web over here. for now, let's just stick to that. And I'm gonna use my wiper again, my scraper. Let's just scrape this off. Okay. We have a nice clean scrape. You can see that there. Okay. And then we're going to pick it up with this stamper here. There we are. And move this aside for a second. And we're going to just keep an eye on our placement. I like to do the sides for webbing. I think it looks pretty cool when it's coming out the sides like that. And kind of the corners. Just do that.
I don't want to take away from your success again.
Alright. Well, that wasn't too bad at all. So, now I'm going to go in and clean up the sides with some alcohol.
Everything you do, I have to explain to a room full of men whose first and last question is how it is for you to do this. So you're going to have to give me one back. What's that?
In 1770, Captain James Cook's ship ran aground off the coast of Australia and then fled into the country and met the Aboriginal people. One of the sailors pointed at the animals.
Now, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm content with the corner there on the side, but I don't like the owl that got picked up on the side, and I don't like the top corner. And so because I haven't cured this yet, I can wipe whatever I don't like. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my paper towel and just kind of
More advanced race. Nearly 90 dollars.
wipe that corner out.
It's a good story.
Thanks.
And I'm going to keep what I do like. And so I did like the corner there, so I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to cure that, and then I'm going to come back. Okay. I'll be right back after I cure that, okay? Okay, I'm back now. And I've cured that for a minute. And now I'm going to go in with my black again, just tighten it. And I want to show you, I'm using a different kind of web. I found another style of web. And I'm going to spread this on here. And I only did half because I'm not even going to use the full, right, because it's so big that I'm not going to need to do the whole thing, and it's just going to be a waste. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up that black. Okay. Now I'm going to find an area on my nail, how I want to place it. Turn it a little. Okay. And here we go. And that's my placement there. You can see that edge. I think I like it. So we have kitty cat and some black spider web going. Now I am going to use this black again because there's still some of it I can use on the other nail. Just going to use that. And I think that's all I'm going to use on that. So I was able to use it twice. And I'm just going to clean up before I put it in the lamp. I'm going to grab my alcohol and a clean brush. And I'm just going to go in and, you know, clean the sides of my finger. And then very carefully on the actual nail. Okay, we got that. And we're back, and I hopefully have a better angle for you guys and a closer look so you can appreciate those details. I'm going in with the second step too, right? So I've already I've done the base and I've done some stamping. Now I'm gonna go in for my swirl technique, and for that I'm using this very fine dotting tool. And well, basically it's a liner brush. Can be a dotting tool, but it's you know, not the exact one that you're thinking of, which is the one I'm thinking is this kind of dotting tool right here. But basically you can make tiny dots and stripes, whatever, with this liner brush is what this is called. And so I'm just going freehand, and just a FYI for you guys, I'm in a bit of pain right now because I just recently kind of burned my hand on my left hand, so it's a little painful. So if I'm not like 100% right now, please excuse me. I'm gonna try my best here, but let's go on. Let's move on. So I'm also using today. I'm using the Mad Doll. This is a color painting, like a painting gel. And this is my silver. It's a really beautiful color, very metallic, and it just inspires Halloween to me, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some of that. Make sure I get my brush in there pretty good. Okay. Now, I will be right back, okay? Alright, so let's continue, and I'm going to start with the swirl. Going, I think I want to go this way. So I'm going to go, I'm going to use this corner here to kind of make this, and all the way up. So this is what I decided to do for my swirl here. You can see that. Okay, and I just wanted to show you I followed that silver right along with the orange, and now I'm gonna do it the same with that purple, that deep purple that I had. Okay, so we're gonna go right along here, and then not all of it, the line, just some part. So we can catch some of that purple.
Who wants me to write on the barrier? I don't know.
Okay.
Okay guys, so that's the end of my part 1. I kind of ran out of room, so we'll come back with part 2.